yet. No, we're not. Oh. No. Okay, there's ads first. Great. All right, looks like we're live. All right, what do we want to start off with? I guess a little recap about the Black Zone in the last week and all that should work well.
It isn't even really out yet. There's 0 viewers.
No.
We need some intro music.
Yeah, we need some streams about the start thingy that we put up like 20 minutes beforehand. If you have time, can you do?
We are live. Alright.
Good, good. Also, you're giving out OPSEC information where your character is right now. That can be very dangerous because somebody might go to the town plot and look fiercely at you from outside, I guess.
Looks like the war's pretty much concluded at this point. We're
Yeah, it
hoping to have
has.
Duratine and Derek on here in a bit, but talk about it. Hopefully somebody from June comes as well.
Yeah, they told us last week that they would come, but we have not heard back from them since, because they were probably too victory drunk or whatever in the meantime. After they overtook June on after June overtook Money Guild on. Let me check my sources. Wednesday. It was Wednesday. when they overtook them by astonishing 9 points at 0108 server time. Yes. And since then we have pretty much seen a like
It's almost a 100
Money
point
Guild is
spread at this time.
what? How much?
June has 526,000 points, and Money Guild has 430.
God damn. What was the highest point any season was ever won with? Oh boy, they already have like twice the points. Only season 4 Blue Army won with 500 with 485. Oh, actually no, TC won with 512 in season 3. Money Guild was 744 in season 2, and Money Guild again with 690 in season 1. Nearly twice the amount of Sun. God damn. Okay, so they still have their ways to go to put down Money Guild's record of 744,000 season points. But there's like half the season points still to go nearly, because the last third of the season is worth twice the amount. So the fighting for the points probably still going hard. All right. But do we see any territory changes between the two since June pretty much took Mercia on reset day? Because the only thing I see is June attacking the last Money Guild and Holdings
Well, it
in
looks like
Southern
they're
Cumbria. You're breaking up. by the way.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get. We'll have leader of June on here in about a half hour, so that should be fun.
Oh.
Let's see here. Yeah, no, we got Moonlit Grove is under siege right now by Daddy June.
Okay, good.
Well, not so good for Money Guild, but
Okay.
other than that, it looks pretty. Honestly, I don't see much action going on in Mercia, to be honest.
No, I think Mercia is pretty stale. I just see June trying to take the Moonlit Grove town plot. Nothing else really, but it still has 3 shields, and the first battle is in more than 8 hours. So we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, surprisingly, Cumbria, I mean, there's some launches going on, but not really a whole lot.
Yeah, the majority of the fighting is probably in Cumbria at this point. Oh, hey, Dorotine, what up? Oh, he's still muted and deafened. But Silyria has been fucking dead in terms of GVG combat. I heard, like, as always, Torrid is violent. Because who does not like to kill Arch at this point? Hey, Dura, what up?
Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Mike.
We're just kind of recapping the points and last week and the map at the moment. George will be on here in about a half hour. Hopefully, Derek will be joining us as well.
Who's George?
Beamed.
Oh, George. That's Guarzo, bro. Come on. That's Guarzo, not George. That's my boy.
No, sorry, Goof.
Oh, Goof. Ugh. Disgusting. Ugh. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna go take a phone call now. Why throw up?
I'll get Guarzo on. I don't care. Goof is coming, Zerfax. Or so he says. He's out at the moment. He'll be in soon. Doesn't look like there's a lot of action going on in Mercia or Cumbria at the moment, though. Their team.
I see a single launch right now. So, I mean...
And we're back. Yes, I was throwing up. Anyway, so how you guys doing? Good morning.
Good morning. We're doing well.
outstanding.
Excellent, excellent.
I already had my
also-
afternoon steak today.
Well, you have an afternoon steak. Is that like a German tradition?
No, it's when you are actually when you get up really late and it's too late to actually have a lunch at this point, and then you just go out and eat a steak at like 3 in
See,
the afternoon.
I think this is the reason. This is the reason why you're not a successful Albion guild yet. You're skipping the most important meal of the day. And it's a well-known fact that the more breakfast you have, the better your performance is on Albion. That's for GVG.
Okay.
it's
So
PGA.
so you mean we probably should have 2 or 3 breakfasts to compensate
I
for our
mean,
lack of
for your lack of
well
like,
well
of your lack
experienced
of proper
players.
diet, yes, of your lack of proper diet. I
Okay,
100%.
okay.
Like look at Derek, bro. Derek does nothing besides eat breakfast, drink water, and cry. Look how successful he is on Albion. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
it's
he's
direct correlation.
all of Money Guild is fueled by his sadness, isn't it?
100%, yeah. He just uses his crippling depression as as like a like.
It's
food,
what
you know?
drives
So
him.
do they distill that depression and inject it, or do they just drink it raw from the
Yes.
source?
Yo, we got real player in the chat. Yo, real player. How does it feel to fucking suck at Albion after like, a couple years? Still be horrible. Hope it feels good, buddy. Hope it feels good. But yes, Derek's crippling depression is what definitely what fuels Money Guild and what fuels Oops.
Well, then we'll see where that crippling depression will lead Money Guild over the next few days, right? And weeks.
Yeah, I mean, the future's very bright, right? Because the way,
I mean,
the way you see it, the way it is, people can say that June won, June this, June that. I agree. June won the season. Props to them for winning GVGs. Good for them for actually making an effort to contest something. I think the big losers of this season is Squad, because the second that your alliance is broken to the point where you have to merge into another one because of Derek, you've lost. That's just how it is. Like Squad no longer exists, right? So how are you going to tell me, oh yeah, we killed your alliance? Well, yeah, but you already disbanded yours.
I mean, isn't June like 3 mega alliances at this point?
It's true.
Squad.
It is.
Whatever.
Oh, and props to June. And I'm not trying to take anything away from anyone in
So
June.
Blue Army's ranked 47th.
No, but yeah, let's be very real. If you're outside the top like 2 or 3, rankings are irrelevant. It does not matter, right? Like in Blue Army, obviously wasn't going for a ranking. They didn't go for any points. Their game was to boost June above. Above money. That's it. So they played their card correctly. They won.
Wasn't it that even their stated, like inside the alliance, wasn't it the stated modus operandi to just beat Money Guild at all costs?
It was 100%. That's fine. That's fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
any
is
goal
what it is.
any goal works, but shouldn't you
It-
like take care of your own guild at that point too?
But no, not necessarily. Listen, when you have people that are so obsessed with the other people that they don't care about their own guilds, like Mojo or like some people inside Squad, it gets to the point where your own guild doesn't matter. Your own people don't matter.
So, by the way, is Derek gonna be coming?
I don't know. Have you messaged him? I don't think Derek like wakes up before 2 p.m. anymore. I think he just lays in bed and cries himself.
Well, can he cry on stream?
I mean, honestly, that might be like a good thing for views. Just have Derek come on the channel, just sobbing. I'd watch that.
That's why I asked.
I'd watch that. But no. My mic is fucked apparently. 1 sec, we're back.
I mean, the spread though between gold and I mean Black Order and even Money Guild. I mean, look at that spread. That's ridiculous. 430,000. I was just talking about the spread between the top 2 and everybody else is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's gigantic. I hope my mic's a bit better. If it's not,
Yeah,
then
it's
I
a
do
lot better.
apologize. But no, when you see, okay, let's look at the top rankings right now, right?
They're up on the
Black
screen
Order.
right now.
Yeah, Black Order. That's Emishiro's guild, well-known dude. AW Gaming, and then can you scroll down a little bit so we can like the 5th and 6th place as well. It's definitely people. I mean, if you take out phrasing, because phrasing just AFKs and Angry doesn't do anything, and shows up like Angry GVG's in 8.2. But all the other guilds in the top, like the ones inside June's Alliance in the top 10, were guilds that could, if they wanted to, have gotten Crystal, right? So for you to come to me, and obviously we did the same thing in Oops. We obviously agreed to boost Money Guild, but that's the main issue with these giant super alliances, right? It's GMs, it's leadership willing to sacrifice their own guild to boost the other people. And the people in chat are saying, "Oh yeah, they could have done the same for them." Yes, they could have. They can still fucking get Crystal. I agree. I concur. But how many days has it been since Money Guild hasn't contested anything? Since Money Guild hasn't done anything?
I don't know. You tell us.
It's been at least a week, right? It's been at least a week, and June has yet to drop anything to boost any of these guilds. So if you're gonna tell me, "Oh yeah, they can still get it," yes, they can. But why hasn't June helping you get it yet? Why
I
hasn't
mean,
June...
there are already guilds leaving June. I heard
I know, so
because
it's...
they are like, yeah, we want to follow our own goals. They
Yeah.
don't appreciate our work and shit.
Yeah, so it's very strange. Like the and June's joining squad next season. Fair enough. Yes, it's a very big effort on your part, Guarzo. I mean, if you wanted to boost any of these guilds, you could realistically get them to like Crystal in what, like a day, 2 days. Yeah, but you haven't yet. You've just been, sitting on that silver.
Well, let's look at some other rankings, though.
Real play, you say that, yet you've come here strictly just to like speak to me. So, you tell me, buddy. I didn't even remember you existed.
So Crimson made it on. Well, actually, a lot of Bedbunk Gang made it on, but Crimson just recently made gold. You think they're coming back? I know there's been a whole bunch of drama between Chosen and Crimson, but
I was about to say, like, Shows did not like that. Like, he 2 days prior was like, yeah, they have territories, but does Crimson have any territories? And 2 days later, he's like, oh, Crimson's gold now.
Very true. Syndic's very greasy. If nothing else, he's very greasy. So,
I mean, if that's an accomplishment, why not?
I mean, why not? Yeah, why not?
no, it's, I mean, real talk.
If you grease your way to gold, I mean,
you still get the mount.
I mean, he's higher than Blue Army, right? He's higher than Blue Army. So.
I mean,
it's true. It's true.
It's
Dude,
true. It's true.
like-
but I'm not sure if it's an accomplishment. Like if you want to set the bar that low.
There's guilds that have no alliance that are fucking higher than Blue Army.
Yeah, and obviously Blue Army didn't go for points. Fair enough. They didn't care about the season. But yeah, but Take Care didn't take.
And to
any
be honest,
objective
if you
as
look
well.
if you look at their icon, they do have that third gem.
Very true. Very true. Take Care is right where it needs to be. Take Care is ready for the incoming changes to the game. And when you say Blue Army only plays COD, what? Take Care still pulls consistently 100 people, which is triple the amount of people in your guild. The difference is the next patch is going to very heavily favor the open world GVZ guilds, whereas it's going to kill off GVG guilds.
So does that
We
mean
had a leadership meeting.
So does that mean Arch owns the game now?
I think that Arch, if you could weaponize the autism that Arch has right now, Arch would be the strongest lines in the game. The problem is it's just an uncontrollable mass of what's the right word for this? Stupid.
Special people.
Special. Yes, let's use special.
They
It's just an uncontrollable mob of
they
special.
have a very, very inclusive view.
Yeah, no, but
This is how I'll get kicked off the show. But
there's definitely a place in the game for something like that. You need
yes,
you need an alliance that
you always need that bucket.
Yeah. I'm going to enjoy the next season though when we finally move away from the broken GVG system that is right now.
And move on to the broken ZVZ
Yeah, and move on to the broken
system.
ZVZ system. Excellent.
Yay!
Yes, yes. Let's continue
Oh,
to break
God.
the games.
But I mean, at least now we have more people salting about shit on Reddit, and I'm always for that. Like, we need to nerf this weapon because it whelped our own a whole Zerg, etc., etc.
No weapon actually wipes the Zerg right now, except for when Blue Army cries about damnation. But nothing else. Nothing
Then
else.
Blue Army wipes the weapon. Ay.
And now it's like a dot, which is still broken. By the way. It's still broken. The fucked up part is it's still actually broken.
If you,
That's-
yeah, if you now you die over like 10 seconds instead of at once.
Yeah, now you can slowly bleed to death as all your healers focus heal you, and it does nothing.
Yeah.
That's Alvin. What a
The
wonderful,
resistances
time we live in.
are just amazing. The resistance reduction in combination with the high damage of the dot.
Yeah.
If you put an arcane staff on that shit, oh my god, it's
Yeah.
still good.
And the best part about Albin that sometimes people don't really take into consideration is your character has armor and you have magic resist.
Yes.
And if you bring like these TA, plate helms, plate weapons, you have all this armor that doesn't matter because 90% of the spells are all magic anyway.
Yeah,
it's
I think
resistances are literally
useless.
useless.
Magic damage, aren't they?
Yeah, resistance is literally useless in this game. It's so broken. The way they've made the combat system is so flawed that it literally doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. I love Albin. Such a great game. I can't wait till next
Do
season.
we know
Arch runs-
if Demon Arrow is magic or physical damage?
It's both. It's mixed damage, which is the even worst part. That's when it gets sketchy.
That's like only slightly better, only slightly worse than having pure damage.
Yeah, no. I have no idea.
But yeah, I can't hear you. I could just hear my at the end of your long sentence.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know who that man is. And yeah. Nice Discord notifications. Very respectable. Yes, I do. I do enjoy the soothing sounds of Discord notifications in the morning. Very respectable. Yeah, but see, this is what I'm saying. I mean, hopefully, that June actually decides to boost these guilds that have Slave of the Way. I hope they do. I think that AW and Blackwater definitely deserve to be Crystal. I think Aggressor obviously deserves to be Crystal as well. So hopefully those guys actually get their mounts.
Depends. Maybe even Blue Army deserves to be Crystal.
I know Blue Army obviously does, but but when you're willing to like sabotage your own guild and give up all ambition of anything to close your alliance to boost someone else, I think you've already made your decision. You obviously don't want Crystal, which is fair. To each his own. But they definitely won the war. They definitely they had more people. They had more active people. They had more people that were willing to do certain things. So kudos to them. Good job.
Yes.
That's not saying that I like those guilds. They do deserve to be Crystal.
Their accomplishment needs recognition.
Exactly, and hopefully that it is the June's objective not to just sit on money and continue to slurp up that energy, but to actually boost these other guilds.
Yeah.
Take Care doesn't deserve. Neither does Take Care. That's the thing, Kamani. I don't think Take Care deserves Crystal as well because Take Care did the exact same thing Blue Army did. We joined a different alliance, so. No, I said Take Care. I said Blue Army does not deserve to have Crystal.
Yeah.
Take the fucking dick out of your ear and maybe you can listen to me.
But I mean, whatever a Blue Army did, I think it's really, really weird. But I mean, if you have to switch alliances to win, whatever.
So you think Squad is going to be coming back, or what do you guys think is going to happen with Squad?
I think Squad will come back. I think it's June's going to be joining Squad. I think that's the quote unquote agreement they had. But I also think that moving forward, next season specifically, the relevance of being inside an actual season or getting like an actual season win is a lot less than it was right now, right? Because this was the last GVG season. You know, this was it's very strange. I'm not saying the work are not going to go for a season win. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that
Yeah, but
they
it,
will
did,
not
did
go
it
for a season
did
win.
it really go by seasons or massive mage raid campaign, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I see. That's the thing, though. Like,
I mean, that's how
I'm not.
Win got to their fucking
Yeah,
gold in like a month.
I
Like they did
I
mage
wouldn't.
raiding every day.
I wouldn't. Yo, mute your fucking Discord sounds, bro. Like, come on, fuck, Waldo, please mute your Discord sounds. But I think that I personally would not.
Jesus Christ. Some
Can you guys speak
insert
again?
insert that little. We right now experience technical difficulties like spinning cube thingy.
Have you fixed your stream, my son?
Did we? No,
I don't.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it should be good. I don't know. It's been on Do Not Disturb and streaming remote since the beginning. I don't know what the fuck's
I
going on with Discord.
feel this is still broken. Hello?
Uh,
I hear
I
you
can
fine. Yeah, I'm not sure if stream hears me, but
Yeah, they should be able to hear you.
stream.
more notifications.
We now have. I now have sound from everybody. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
we're good. Yes, we're good. Yeah,
Yes,
excellent.
we're good.
So let's continue. So, I personally I wouldn't put my own guild through 10, 12, 14 hours of mage raiding because it feels like it's something that you're gonna burn people out, right? And at the end of the day, Albion still is a fun game. So, we play to have fun. That's the main objective. Take care. We play that in a game that in a way that we can include all our players, while the game still keep the game fun. So, yeah, no, I agree. And this is the main thing. Like, this is the main thing about SBI that I feel is super negative about the season system. At the end of the season, granted, some people need a break. Like leadership specifically, they do need a break. I concur. But it's literally like 2 months of nothing. 2 months that people are literally just going to stop playing the game, just going to stop logging in. And
Isn't it 2 weeks after every season?
no, yeah, but it's like the end of the season. Like right now, there's very little reason to log in. Like, why would you log in right now?
True.
Like what? Unless you're like AW.
I mean, I
and
have an
you're still-
alliance to run with Vault.
Yeah, unless you're an AW or Black Order and you're still making your members slave away killing mages, which is kind of weird because you own the territories. There's literally no reason to log in, and that's like one of the fundamentally broken things about the game, right? The season system has made it in a way that it's only worth playing specific times, and it's
And
a
in
broken
specific
system.
ways.
Exactly, and so the changes that we're getting to the next season, they try to combat it a little bit, right? Where it's still relevant. So, yeah. It's good. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, all these very quote unquote talented players from June don't quit again, because that has been like a recurring thing where they'll come back, play a couple months, and be like, oh yeah, we won the game, and just fuck off into nothingness. So hopefully they stick around this time. Hopefully they are more willing to play a game that's not 100% based for them. So yeah, hopefully we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. And also, like, this is 100% leaked, but there was we were supposed to get like the new map and all the changes the first day of the next season, but apparently that has been delayed. So you never know. Never know.
Yeah, we haven't been able to confirm that yet. I mean, we've been able to confirm there's been delays. We haven't been able to confirm if it's actually going to push past day one of the season 8.
Yeah, I mean, Hopefully there will be something, but yeah, a mini season would make the most sense to me, bro. At least like till like the end of like a 7.5. I don't know. They have to do something. They definitely have to do something to incentivize players to actually play the game, right? So we'll see. We'll see what they come up with.
Yeah, let's just hope they don't fuck it up. That's like the only thing I have, because it has so much potential. Like they talked about so many things that could like shake up the kind of stale game that it sometimes is. Like different sized zones. Like I think only Enismon is a bit smaller than other zones. Nothing else is, etc. etc. And like smaller zones would be like smaller and maybe even bigger zones, like giant zones with like that like are pretty much made for big fights, etc. etc. would be amazing. So it pretty much changes the meta, and it changes the meta inside the game. Like if you just go one zone over, like you might have a different advantage or disadvantage to people.
You know, Church, like
That would
you say TC leadership is frail, but when I called Guarzo in real life, the man quit the game for a year. So I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Half your leaderships quit the game repeated times. I think the only one that's like not autistic is Goof, and that's because he was never involved in Gray. So I wish you luck. But I wouldn't count on it. Enjoy playing with Rask. But yes, in terms of like the game, they did promise us like some sort of open world raid scenario, right? Where it would be more content. It would be like another incentive for people to actually go to the open world. But that never happened. So it's ongoing. It's an ongoing thing, right? SBI promises something, that something doesn't get done, and it just stays at that. And look at the map. Damn, that's a lot of yellow. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I wanted to talk about. Like all this war and shit's been going on, but like fucking Zorn has come out of fucking nowhere and like taken over, a fuck ton of territory.
Yeah, is that old Zorn?
That's all Zorn, yeah.
Oh, that's Lugsy, boys. Honestly, all he had to do was get rid of MSSJ and Keeper of Nature, and the man, it's a relevant guild again. Who would have thought?
I mean, they're all the way over here. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean,
they pushed into they're close to KFC, and right now
all that yellow is them.
Yeah.
That is actually pretty good. Damn.
They have like they have a quarter of Anglia zones, like by numbers, and all that yellow is fucking June.
They are June, yeah.
Also in the top left, like above the two central.
Oh shit, Zorn is up here too.
Yeah, that's
gonna be broke.
That's a US time zone.
That's gonna be broke, boys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's Otter.
That's Momono. Momono, who has actually broken. He did break King Mojo back to Mercy when he went to Anglia. Good man, Momono. Good man. Yeah.
Look at Ego though. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, they seized a lot of territory. Like they own all of Dane and a bit of Colin.
Ego should have been a lot better. Like who the fuck are they fighting in NA, bro? Come on.
They're fighting
They
June.
fought in BR, like 250 people. I saw the battle report.
Made in BR. Let's take a moment to contemplate.
I mean, if you're outnumbered 3-2, it's still.
No, yeah, it's still a win. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll respect it. It's still a win.
I mean, also if they're not like 4.1 wearing retards, that's something different.
Honestly, fighting 200 Arch that literally just keep coming back in like 4-1 clap gear is more difficult than fighting 200 made in BR. 100%, bro. Because if you go to Torrid, if you're on a tour with like a 100-man Zerg, they're gonna keep coming with so many people from so many different directions, and it's just so uncoordinated that you can't actually like predict where damage is coming from. So there's no way to like manage cooldowns like that, right? Going to Archanistan today and going to Torrid is literally suicide for a Zerg. It's literally suicide. You're gonna kill a lot of people, but you're gonna die. That's just how it is.
Yeah, it looks like Afghanistan's still intact.
Which is a miracle in itself, right? Like there has to be some sort of like under the fucking ground deal to make that happen. Like
yeah, because like they have the GVG capability of us, I'd say.
Yeah. They literally have 0 GVG teams. So, and that's just the thing. People are like, oh yeah, Arch doesn't work with with June. I don't think they do, but I think on some sort of high level there has been some sort of agreement, or else June would have taken those territories.
Maybe June
That's
knows
just what
that
it is.
Arch might
Rise up
be,
against them.
Oh,
be a
Arch.
force to be
I
reckoned
mean,
with.
honestly, if I'm looking at season 8 and this Zerg mechanic shit, I'd be worried about Arch, to be honest.
I'd be
wouldn't.
very friendly to Arch if I were June, because Arch has everything that June doesn't for season 8.
Yo, you don't have a life though, real player. Sunday morning, bro, and you're sitting in chat trying to talk to me. That's not much of a life, baby. I hate to break it to you. Sunday morning, your life's ambition is wake up on Sunday, have breakfast, and listen to my voice. That's a bit cringe, but is what it is. But yes, the way the ZVZ mechanics are gonna work next season, I don't think it really favors Arch as much, right?
Yeah, with the numbers reduction, it definitely won't in one spot. But if you have Arch having like 400 people split into 20 groups, a 20 or even 10 groups, a 40 and 40 per group, that's still gonna be hard to handle because nowhere you go, there is everywhere you go, there's Arch. So, I mean,
Yeah, that's the grease part. But the thing is, you actually need some sort of like organizational factor to make that happen. So,
true.
I mean, I'm yet to see. Listen, I believe, power to gluttony, God of Albion, but I'd prefer to actually see it implemented. And I don't really like. It's 2019, almost 2020. A man comes to me and says, "Oh yeah, we have lives." Like, bro, we're all playing the game. It's fun. I think it's very easy for you to be able to balance a life and to actually play the game at the same time. Yeah, I think that's very simple. It's very easy to do. So, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, hopefully,
Why is it such a
hopefully
waste?
Goof and Derek should be hopping on here soon.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'll probably have to hop off in like 10 minutes because, ironically, I actually have a life.
Yeah.
Also, everybody who tells you get a life, don't make that fucking mistake, please.
Yeah. Why would you want to go outside, bro? Come on. You're obviously not very successful at fucking going outside if you're still on a Sunday morning listening to me. Obviously, wasn't a very good night out.
Hmm.
Going out and failing I'd rather just stay in. But then again, failure is a given for anyone involved in June besides Guarzo.
Oh boy.
It's true.
Where is Garzo? Is he coming?
Guarzo? I was gonna say where he is, but I think I'd get reported for doxing. So I'll just, even though he told me, but I'll just keep it to myself.
Can he come
Never
on?
know.
Or no?
Master CTA reports. Please, LCBI. No, I don't think he will. No, the real player wants to come on, but I don't think anyone wants to listen to this toxic retard. I can hear his triple chin as he speaks. No bueno. Just listen to it giggle.
Hey,
like Jello.
he's welcome to come on if he keeps it clean as far as any
Nah,
racism,
I'd
that
rather-
type of shit.
I'd rather drown myself in a bucket of sand than listen to that retard.
Fair enough. So speaking of oops, segueing there. So what's your guys' plans for the next month or so?
I mean, first we have to get Derek into rehab. Yeah, we have to fix his crippling depression so he can actually use his microphone again. After we find that, after we get Derek off the suicide watch, then there's definitely going to be some sort of rebranding or some sort of something, right? A restructuring. Something's definitely going to happen. So I think that's necessary, right? I think it's healthy for you to renew things, for you to try something different. The same way that that squad closed their alliance to join June, and June's now going to close their alliance to join Squad. I think that it's true. It's true. It's necessary for us to something to change. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, definitely something's going to be different. Something's going to have to change. It's not realistic for you to get a formula that didn't work and expect different results, right? It's not realistic. So we'll see what happens. I think we have very good people. I think we have very good, capable leadership. I think Hammer and Sickle, Scoia'tael, and Moneygold are all very good guilds, and we'll see. We'll see.
Interesting. That is real player. Uh, all right. But I'm still wondering, like, if SPI actually manages to get the
Yeah, we're back like a second.
all the changes done really well.
I don't know. I think if SPI doesn't get the changes done, then yeah, we're gonna have a lot of people being pretty pissed off, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just look forward to like portals blowing up and continental plates moving and shit, and like the whole, however they're gonna instigate that whole shit. I'm looking forward to seeing that. But besides that, I'm probably just the first few weeks for me will probably be spending with like, okay, I need to plan this, that, so we don't just go under out of nowhere. You need to get the overlay better, Walter, by the way.
Yeah, the overlay's fucked.
Jesus Christ, this is not a
It's fucked.
no sparkle parties on here. This is a professional environment.
I don't know about professional anything. It's fucked.
That's weird. But yeah. Apparently the stream is right now fucking up a bit for whatever reason. But yeah, we're still waiting for two of our guests, at least. And yeah, so for now, that is a bit apparently he's in our Discord waiting.
Yeah,
For?
I'm not bringing that name in.
No. Okay. What I want to see is pretty much that these new underground bases are pretty much helping small alliances setting foot into the Black Zone, because today, like, you have to have an economical backbone, a GVG team that is organized and around every day, etc., etc. And with the new outpost, it might just be like put down an outpost and live out there and hope nobody nobody steps on your head while you're in the Black Zone. Especially in the outer zones of that new continent, that might be a very viable option.
Alright.
Yeah, I think he did in earlier messages.
I think we have Goof on now.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Dude, Real has never used the N-word in his life.
I've literally
Like,
had
right,
to
all of
purge.
June are
Hold on.
racist.
I've had to purge
June are all
3 in
racist.
chat so far. So.
June's a very well-known racist guild, so
Alright, I have your routine muted.
Everybody's racist.
Ask
at
me
this
some
point.
questions, baby. Let's go.
So
What's
what-
your favorite color? No, for everybody who doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, why
and
don't you introduce
which
yourself a little
should be
bit for
very
people
few
that don't know
people,
you?
introduce yourself, please.
I'm Goof. I'm the Gym of June. I met the Gray guys pretty early when I was playing Albion. We made a guild together.
A very unsuspicious name is asking why your guild is so is such why you are such a racist guild. June, that is.
No, definitely
Oh
no
boy.
racism in June.
The
We're nice
And now I
guys.
have to drop out. I'm crying. Jesus Christ.
Hail, friends.
good morning. How are you this wonderful day?
Good.
Excellent.
So George, like, what do you think led to where we're at now with this huge turnaround with Derek running away with the fucking season, and then you guys now are 100,000 points almost ahead?
96 to be exact.
Well, in the beginning, their ZVZ guilds were carrying them. They didn't win. I think they won like maybe like 4 or 5 crystals the whole season against our A team. So they weren't getting points from GVG stuff. And then our alliance became better at ZVZ because we got more
And
numbers and we got
triple
experience like
size.
leadership. And then it's easy
And
after
triple
that because they can't win GVG and they can't win ZVZ.
It's hard to say you can't win ZVZ when half the zone are locked. I don't really think it's about.
I think throughout the
ZVZ.
season, there was like one part where they were able to win a little bit. They were playing Locust in GVG, and then Locust got nerfed, and that was it.
George, Duratine will keep it clean. You need to meet him though. He's been talking to you, and it's going on in the stream, so it sounds kind of weird.
Oh, sure. All right, I'll unmute him.
Duratine, George, you guys are obviously on the opposite sides of things. Let's keep it clean.
What you mean? I was on your TS like a week ago, bro. Come on. I
Yeah,
thought
that
you were
wasn't
bored.
nice.
Okay,
I
so
thought
so
you were
so
bored.
hold on.
Still fun.
We gotta hear about this. So what the fuck actually happened? We heard Duratine's side of it. What the fuck happened on your guys' team speak? What was this
Nothing.
shit with Duratine
What
on
do you
your
mean?
guys'
He
team
was just
speak?
trolling around. We were all laughing. Nothing, there wasn't anything
Yeah,
serious.
It was fun.
Okay,
It was
okay.
all good fun.
It was in good fun.
Yeah.
Got
Listen,
it.
at the end of the day, it's just a game, right? I mean, people do have personas. People do,
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a game. If we're losing too much, we DDoS people.
I mean, listen, that's June saying it, bro. That's
Alright,
June
hey,
admitting their
hey,
DDoS and just saying,
Hey, guys, both keep it. Let's not bring real
I'm
life
praying
into
for
this
you.
shit.
I'm gonna pray for you tonight, George.
Anyways,
No, no.
so you guys brought in a bunch of extra numbers to augment your ZVZ forces, and then I mean, even at that point, even when the Mega Guild was still forming, or Mega Alliance, I should say, there was still a huge point spread, and then all of a sudden, like last week, it kind of just evaporated. What kind of changed?
But Derek can't win a GVD to save his fucking life.
I was talking to George.
So nothing about the
It's true.
season, I would say nothing was easy. I was raiding mages myself, doing all this stuff. Nothing about the season was easy besides the GVGs.
So what you're saying is you guys just worked your ass off, pretty much.
No, I think like ZVZ is really stupid, and you just get like a bunch of people, you put them in the castles beforehand, the other team can't do anything.
Gotcha.
It's
So what's? I mean, real
a
talk.
broken
I don't know about ZVZ in this game. I don't really know how it works. My understanding is you send the guys to the castle first, and then the other team, because the way the game works, they actually can't even put people in the zone, like enough people to fight. So you don't even have to like put the whole amount, right? You just need to be more than half. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know how ZVZ works. You just put more than half of the zone cap in the zone, and then if the other team wants to fight you, they have to fight at a disadvantage. That sounds really stupid to me, but apparently that's how it works.
Yeah, they're changing that, luckily.
It's a broken system, but I obviously you can't hate someone for using the mechanics in the game, right? So, if I think this way, if Money Guild wanted to win the season, they would have scrimmed them or they would actually practiced. They would have won the GVG front realistically, and simply they just didn't. So
People talk a lot about the alliance numbers, but if the ZVZ, say, if you're just talking about June versus Money Guild, okay? Because I think the season was more June versus Take Care. But if you're just talking about June versus Money Guild, if we had equal ZVZ guilds and made equal points from ZVZ, there's no way they can win. So if you're talking about June versus Take Care, that's a different issue. If you're talking about June versus Money Guild, with the ZVZ guilds being equal, they can't win. Because they don't win crystals against us, they don't win GVGs against us. And they're a GVG guild, so
Very true. Very true.
I mean, let's be real. Fucking, Daddy's won the fucking season. I mean, I'm not trying to like hate on fucking Oops, but like I don't see any way of Oops turning it around, to be honest. I mean, like, I guess what's next for June and Daddy? I know some people have said you guys are joining squad when they reform after this, but
this game is degenerate, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Someone looked up my mom on Facebook. That wasn't cool.
They've done all that shit.
Yeah, not the mama, you know, guys. That's messed up. Now she can't talk to her old lady friends anymore, because I had to delete her Facebook.
are you saying somebody doxed your mom?
Yeah, someone looked my mom up on
Jesus.
Facebook.
People
Fucking
contacted
Christ.
my
What
family
the
too, dude. I told you all about that.
You're acting like that's like surprising to you guys. You're acting like this
Well,
is something.
I come from
I
like
mean,
I don't know. People don't do that in the other
boys,
games I
one
play, right? This is
thing.
an Albion
Bro.
special.
No, they do it in Eve
Syndic-
too, but
Yeah.
Syndic literally called my bank account and closed my account, thinking he was me. Literally. Like,
all right, let's try to steer clear a little bit of the doxing shit.
Hey, Goof, I got a quick question about GVGs for you.
Sure.
Was the most embarrassing part of the GVG season for you when you lost to me when you had 5% bonus with your A team?
Shots
fired.
Oh my
Oh
god, bro!
God!
oh,
He's
Hold
got-
them fucking punches, baby.
We don't have an A team though in June, right? We have like 12 players. I'm not sure.
What was
First
okay?
off, really
So
bad at the
you
time.
definitely have like a strongest five, though. Come on, you do.
We,
definitely have-
who's our strongest five?
It's you, Guarzo, Eric, and I don't know the other players in your team. Fuck, I guess Perry. I don't fucking know.
See, nobody
I don't think
knows.
Perry
Who's our strongest
plays.
five? Perry's playing
What?
Tinder. Perry's not playing Albion.
who doesn't swipe Tinder when they're playing Albion? Jeez.
I'm swiping Tinder right now. This
Yeah,
exact
Roger.
second.
There's a certain
He's
point
like-
where Tinder becomes your main game, though. Tinder's his main game right now.
So are you saying you have
I got
Tinder
a-
on
I got
one
a
screen
serious
and
question
then
for
Albion
you.
on the
Like
other?
software you can put it on your PC, something. I mean, I heard.
I'm actually on Tinder.
Sorry, there's so many people talking. What's up?
Yeah, let's
I
just,
gotta.
How
I
about you
gotta. I
ask
gotta.
me a question? Ask
Yeah.
the season winner a question, and then I'll answer.
Yes, we can do an AMA. So haven't fought you guys a bunch of times. You guys are hyper skilled. Can you give us a comment as to why was Derek having a problem beating you this season? Or what was it? Comps? Was it practice? What led to the domination basically?
I don't know. They won when they were playing double range Locust for a while, and that was winning. I think when the meta became dive, which we made the meta dive, right? They were playing double
Mhm.
tank, and we switched to dive, and then they just can't play dive as well as we do.
Okay.
I think that goes for everyone. Everyone just chases me to the tent, and I laugh at them in say chat while they're chasing me. I don't know what they're doing. They think that you have to chase the frost or chase the healer the whole time, and they make it into they make it 2 fights. I don't know, man. It's really bad. People are bad.
But have you seen a successful counter to the dive meta so far? Because it's pretty much just dive versus dive, and in the end you have healer and range of team A and 2 melees and tank of team B on one place, and pretty much the opposite thing on the other side, like just 20 meters apart on the same screen. And it's like, what the fuck?
I would say that it's the bad teams that make it that way, though.
I've seen it so much in Hellgates, in Arena. Just everybody's just like, oh, it's a healer, kill it. I mean, it's normal in MMOs, but have you seen so far like any strategy that breaks the dive meta? At least in some cases.
We don't.
I mean,
we
The
don't dive
developers
like that.
broke the dive meta.
Yeah, we don't dive like that unless we're gonna get a kill. But the other teams, they always dive like that. And so, I don't. If more teams played like us, people would have to stop doing that because we just kill people when they do that.
All right, I have a
Like
question.
I send both melees back low, and then the claymore just kills them every single time. So if every team was good enough in terms of individual skill to survive the dive, people would stop diving the way that they're diving.
Now, are you talking Mercia only? Because with the IP diff from Anglia, Cumbria, Mercia, I feel like carving is stronger in Anglia. Do you think having no IP cap
I'm not,
affects
I don't want.
that?
If I were to talk about specifics, like I haven't played Anglia in a while, but if I'm talking about specifics like that, I think I'd be talking out of my ass. I'm pretty sure in general though, outside of Royals, which is much different,
Mhm.
the difference between the different zone caps is overplayed. I think it's something that people use as an excuse no matter where they are on the map. Like when we were playing Crystals when we were new to the game and we were beating some of the top teams, okay? And they would always say, oh, when you come to Mercia, we're going to shit on you. But then we came to Mercia and we shit on them. So
is that really fair to say though that when we were new to the game because you've all been playing for years? Is that actually
that's not true. I played 1 month of beta 3 and maybe a month and a half of release.
All right, but the rest of your guild.
Ruby's a free to play player.
I mean, yes, like I'm talking Guarzo, Eric, Perry, real player, all the other people.
Okay, so when at the time when I'm talking about the Crystals, I was also playing with Toon Slim and another one of my my friends that were new to the game.
Okay, fair enough.
So at the time in the Crystals, we were quite new to the game, but
it was actually
the people that continued playing were not necessarily new.
Fair enough then. Also,
this is I don't know that much. Yeah, I get it a lot. The Kermit thing. Here's the thing though about Real and Guarzo, right? Don't they always just come back for a month or two and win? Like I don't think that it's the case that they play. They're not Derek's or Mojos for sure, right? They come,
100%.
they win, and then they leave.
I mean, they win. Last time they didn't actually win. They're winning now with you. Last time they failed pretty hard. They lost fucking over gear. They lost a town plot to like Cardera. It was quite bad. Then they quit the game.
So they come, they win sometimes.
Yeah, no, they come and go. They come and go. Yes, you are correct. I will give you that. You are correct.
I don't think Real played last time.
I don't know.
I don't know the lore that well, but
I don't play.
It's confusing because their names are so stupid, right? Tiny feet,
I
baby
know
leg.
Guarzo. I know Guarzo because I actually play with him. He's a good guy, but the rest are. Yeah. But fair enough. Kudos for you, bro. You all definitely showed a level of GVG, a level of individual gameplay that was higher than else's. Definitely fucking congratulations on the deserved season win.
Now, Goof, I gotta tell you, when you won the season, I felt in part that I contributed to that victory due to your multiple robberies of Ironborn to get you started. I mean, like you guys, like shit. Dude.
Oh shit!
I never saw anything of that, dude.
Donations, bro. Donations.
All I want to say, Goof, is you're welcome for unintentionally handing you the season. You owe me one, motherfucker. He does. I started his goddamn logistics off, and then
Anyways, okay, so
thanks, Torthur.
all joking aside, what do you think the majority of the guilds and Daddy are gonna do next season?
I have no idea, man. Is it gonna be ZBZ stuff? What's the deal?
It is going to be a ZVZ meta, yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a ZVZ smorgasbord.
It's confirmed that Queen or whatever is coming out in time. I don't really follow this stuff, so Queen is gonna be out for the next season.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's real with Albi. Let's be fair. Nothing can be confirmed with SPI because it's a horrible company.
They have said publicly that it is in like 6 weeks or whatever.
Depends on the role of GVG in the game, I would say, what people will do.
The role of GVG in the game is going to be upgrading territories for spawn resource, rarity,
There's definitely going to be
difficulty to take it, etc.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a reason to have GVG.
So right now the crystals are giving almost a Mercia castle worth of points each day. And so it's really impactful. If it continues to be that impactful in season win, then it will matter a lot.
It's gonna be less
especially
about...
if we don't see the reason why ZBZ is so impactful right now. It's because of the way the Oops Guild funneled Money Guild, forced our guilds to do the same thing, and the game to split down the middle, right? And so instead of ZVZ being like you win your castle or 2 castles, it became the dominant ZVZ force would win every castle on the map, which made it a lot more impactful, right? If Maiden BR was just taking their own castles in Anglia, and Take Care didn't feed Money Guild, we would see a whole different season, right? If Take Care cared their rank, then we wouldn't have had to get so many guilds on our side, and it would be different, right? Where the dominant ZVZ force doesn't win every castle on the map; they get 1 or 2, and we'd probably beat Money Guild in that scenario. but the way they funneled, like take your silver right now or something, right? And say my Metatron's probably not gonna get crystal, definitely not. I would say I don't think there's any. Like, the fact that every objective was going to one guild or the other guild made ZVZ incredibly impactful. Where crystals are actually worth a lot of points. On some nights we were playing 3 tier 7 NA towers, which was like 3 Mercia castles worth of points.
Yeah, so even if, realistically, even if Oops had won the castle fight, even if they'd taken the 2 castles, you were still going to be gaining points because you were just out gaining money built on crystals. Simple as.
And so what I'm getting at is that even if the meta is ZVZ focused, there's a limited number of castles on the map. If it doesn't divide into 2 sides, as it did this time, Oops versus Daddy, then the castles will be, you get 1 or 2 castles, you get some outposts. Maybe having 4 crystal teams playing at the top rank would be a huge asset, and it matters a lot. But right now, even territory control didn't matter that much because getting every single castle on the map is just too. There's one castle tick where we gained 12k points on Money Guild. Like, we're down X amount, then 1 minute later we were down 12k less because we got every castle on the map. If there are multiple factions, it won't be that way.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
because you
could
have more
this
moving parts.
This
pretty
game
much.
does tend to split into red versus blue. Like just how it is.
Yeah.
So.
Or in this case, red versus yellow if you have it on Alliance view.
Well, I wanted to
I
ask
mean-
you guys. Hold on. I wanted to ask Goof a question because there's been a lot of shit on Reddit, a lot of propaganda and stuff. How did you guys convince that many guilds to team up against Money Guild? A lot of
Okay,
people said
so-
it was money. You paid people. I've heard
We
a lot
didn't
of
pay
different
anybody.
shit.
We're like the poorest guild in the game. I went to Mercia with 1 set. I had 1 Mercia set and 3 Cumbria sets in my battle vault for my first Mercia GVG. We definitely didn't have money to pay people. I think it's the fact that Derek is so unlikable. I don't know much about the history of the game or what he did, but it was more that people came to me and they're like, "Look, we don't want Money Guild to win." And then I was like, "That sounds good. It sounds like it aligns with my goals." And so, of course, I took the help, especially because it felt like we were beating them but losing anyway. From my perspective, because what we talked about earlier, we're winning the GVGs, winning the crystals, and our points are just going down and down and down. And so logically, the thing to do is try to win in ZVZ. First, we got AW and Vastly, and it didn't seem like those guys are good, but I think the issue was we didn't have someone to lead in ZVZ. And so we merged with Squad and Life at the same time, and then it was over when that happened, I think, just because of sheer numbers. What was the question? I spaced out.
No, it was just how you got that many people to join against Money Guild. I think you kind of answered it.
It was big. Sorab had like a freak out too, which turned some people against him, and then he went to Money Guild. So it's like there's already people don't like Derek, they want to help us, and then there was, Sorab started a fight as well, or all around the same time, and I think as a result, people just went to our side or went to Money Guild. In Money Guild, I probably fought like every old GVGer in the game almost at this point on their GVG. Like one day I kill Shark, he respawns as a different old GVGer the next day. Like, I don't know. It seemed like people went to our side, but also GVGers. So we lost in ZVZ, and we got a bunch of new ZVZ guilds each time, right? And then they lost in GVG, and I had to beat the who's who of Albion over and over again. Every night, different rosters, different comps.
I mean, there were definitely some matches with some pretty old names I recognize going way back to like beta and shit that were suddenly popping up. All right. Is there anything you want to say to Oops after all this shit? I know everybody leaked that shit that Derek wrote. His ping is actually, I thought, pretty magnanimous. But anything you want to say to Oops, Goof?
I feel like I should have been prepared for this question.
Yeah. So real talk. We're gonna do a show specifically just with you and Derek, and we'll pre-ping it and have like.
I don't like this stuff. I probably won't come on again. Can Real Player come on? He won't say any bad words.
No, fuck that. He's a racist.
He's not racist.
He is.
I'd prefer.
He's a white
Oh,
supremacist.
stop.
He's
Stop.
definitely not a white supremacist.
I'd prefer to have you and Derek in a very controlled situation. To be honest, that'd be nice.
I don't even know Derek. You guys ever play Pokemon and you get to the part where Snorlax is in the road? And you need to go to Lavender Town? You need to climb the tower?
You
You need
can
to
pay
Actually, you
$10
have
for
to
it.
go to the Silpco building. I mean, what? I have no idea what you're talking
No,
about.
Lavender. You go to Lavender Town, right?
Yes, but you need to get the Silpco
God, I feel
scope first
old.
from.
Oh yeah, so you can see the
Um,
ghost. Yeah, there's this whole mission
yeah.
you have to go on, right?
Yeah, it's like a little quest. Yeah,
It's like a little side quest, just because there's Snorlax in the road.
and you
I like
can't
to think
go
that Derek
like
was
down.
Derek was Snorlax. You know, that's what I'm getting at.
Wow. But no, I mean, there's a lot of people that like see both of you guys, whether they love you or hate you, or love Derek or hate Derek. I mean, realistically, you guys kept content going for what, 15, 16,000 people? That's a lot.
Yeah, well, it's a long thing, you know. It's
It's
the
important.
Sylph Scope, and then it's the Poke Flute. There's a lot to it.
So we had this guy. He asked this question a couple times for you, Goof. What are your thoughts on Albion Politics being a circle jerk of the same top free-to-play players when their guilds are made up of free-to-play players and unaware of this history?
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
It's Avilia. It's in chat.
What
I
he's
don't chat
asking
over
is he's removing some of the mysticism and letting the server know that we're all friends and talk. I wouldn't say friends,
That's a
right?
blatant lie. I fucking hate all of you. Fuck you all. The fuck is that?
Okay, I still don't understand this guy's question. A circle jerk of who?
Do you wanna reword it, Torther?
Yeah, he's basically asking you to comment on your thoughts of the politics and this game being controlled by a small number of players and exploiting free-to-play players for their own personal.
I'm pretty much a free-to-play player, right? I don't know. I don't feel exploited. They're making a statue of me, I heard. It's pretty sick.
I like your statue.
Is it
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
be
feel
like one of the ice statues from the archers or a real one?
Well, I think what he's talking about is the people like Syndic and Mojo and Derek and Kantos and just like all the different power brokers that exist in the game that have been playing since forever.
That's part of the fun, right? The politics of the game.
It is.
You
but
don't
I
need-
think
you
he's
don't
going
need
to the
to
point
be-
that they pretty much use and abuse players that joined recently.
Well, I don't feel used and abused. And my history definitely... I played the game a bit. I Hellgated mostly. My history in the game didn't give me any political power when I came back. And it wasn't an issue for me. So I don't think it should be an issue for anyone else.
Well, yeah, I would say actually, Goof, you were wildly one of the main reasons you were wildly successful.
You're,
We can barely hear you, Torther. You sound like
Yeah, it
you're in
sounds
a
like-
tunnel.
Sounds like you're far away.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
yes.
I would personally say that one of the reasons you were wildly successful is instead of complaining, you just went out and did, right? Like you went out and you did your ZVC stuff. You went out and you did your crystals. But a lot, I think too many people spend time complaining about the politics, complaining about the meta, complaints. All these people, what they don't realize is all that time they spend whining on the message boards, making their fucking memes. People like you, people like me, we spend that time bettering ourselves. And so I don't know. I just overall I feel like people spend way too much time whining and not enough time bettering their own position.
Do you
So
guys know, is MSSJ well known enough for this type of thing? I don't really know the politics of the game that well, but he's like one of the Russian players for Oops, and he was in Bridgelock Initiative, whatever the hell it was called before in Anglia. When I first started playing, that was the team we were playing against.
Mhm.
And this is like a story that relates to the question, or relates to Torthur's point at least. We were playing together against each other, and I was like, "Oh, this team seems pretty good," and I'm beating the other top teams in Crystal and stuff, and I think that I should get him on my side to do the season thing that's coming up. And I messaged him, and he's like, "No, it's impossible. There's, they won't let you win. The people in the game, there's the way this game works. It doesn't work the way you think it does.
What?
can't-
See,
you
why
can't just
not
come in
try?
Yeah, why not try?" And so
Why
I was
not
like,
try? What the
I was like,
fuck?
"All right, dude, good. Seems fun." And then I just did it anyway. And I think there's a difference between people like me and people like that guy. And that's what you're illustrating with your point too. It's like too many people are just sitting down like, "Oh, Derek won't let me win. Better do GVGs from at 5 in the morning." You know what I mean? Like I don't know if that's. that's not fun anyway. If you're gonna resign yourself to that in a video game, then what are you even why are you even playing? Just have fun.
I mean, you know what? Most of the time when people ask,
You
You
cut
cut
out.
out.
they always ask. They always ask
Nope.
the question. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
They always ask questions of, you know, like the end of the success. But I think what most people is to be successful, you got to fail. And then the only difference between the people that were successful and the people that are not is the successful ones. When someone said, you're never going to be able to do this, you're never going to amount to that, they said, fuck you, I'm going to try anyways. And when they failed, they said, fuck that, I'm going to get up and I'm going to try again. And so I always think that success is based off a huge foundation of failures from just trying and trying and trying. And I personally don't see why more people don't do it. Like, I took a red zone shitter guild from beta, moved to the black zone, got a town plot, made an alliance, learned how to ZVZ, learned how to shot call, learned how to GVG. And, you know, I didn't whine. I just kept trying and I kept failing, and eventually, you know, you learn and you just. So I don't understand why people won't try, dude. I do not. It blows my mind because, in case anyone was wondering, when I started Ego with Ironborn, everybody told me I was gonna fail. Everybody told me that it was not even worth trying, and I don't know. It just blows my mind, dude.
Yeah, there's definitely a defeatist attitude in this game when it comes to that stuff.
Hmm?
People don't want to try because they think it's only going to be Derek or Mojo or
But there are so many lower stairs you can take. Like, for example, the entrance is pretty much like there are tons of alliances that are not really good at GVGs or are at least considered beatable after enough training. Like, and the base of and what and the cost of entry, quote unquote, to learn how to GVG is reasonably low if you pretty much put it at 5.1 overcharge gear in Hellgates. Like, that's all you need. In the worst case, like 5.1 overcharge Hellgate and just go into a black zone and Hellgate us with 5 people regularly, and you'll get better naturally over time.
I think I just have 2 more points I want to make. One is that there's a lot of people say stuff's impossible in this game. This game is at the beginning of its sort of development still. 2 years is early for a game from release. People told me you can't defend mages. Actually, experienced players told me you can't keep the mages alive.
Oh, I've seen things that happen. Like, I've seen people defend mages and with like 3 people against 7, 8.
What I'm saying though is they said you can't have Mercia mages because you'll lose more points than you gain. So I was like, give me 2 days. This everyone that was advising me at this point, right? This is towards the end. We took all the Mercia territories and Sucks, Mojo. Everyone's telling me you can't have mages. You're gonna lose the season if you have mages because they're just gonna raid them. Your Terry's gonna give 0 points. I said, let's give me 2 days of mage defense. Let's see if we can keep them up. And within the first 48 hours of mage defense, Money Guild is broken. You didn't see Money Guild on mages anymore.
And the reason why you were successful is because when people told you you couldn't do it, you said, fuck yourself, I'm going to try anyways.
Yeah, defending mages seemed a lot more fun than raiding mages, so we did it that way.
I love defending mages too. That's one of my favorite things to do.
I've seen people do it with things like, I don't know, crossbows recently, like the light crossbow, and like pretty much ganking sets at this point. Like, people counter gank mage raiders. That's pretty amazing.
The idea would be that the idea was that the response time was just too much to be everywhere, but we just raid people out, and
Well,
we
if
did
you
like for the first 2 days we did a 24/7 channel in our Discord where we were just constantly defending mages. It was a lot of fun. It was exhausting, but
that's
it was
probably
fun.
easier if you have a lot of mages. So if you have a lot of active time, even if you have to travel like 2-3 zones to defend mages, like, you'll still be able to do shit, quote unquote. But if you only have like 3, 4, 5 territories and you get attacked like once every 2 hours, the response time will be too slow. Because you instead of people just constantly moving and defending mages and moving to the next defendable mage, etc., etc., you just have like people sitting around dungeoning, and then they need to A out, and you need to convince them to A out to do the fucking mage, etc., etc.
Well, it's
And
'cause this game is it's too many people focus on the specific battle and not the whole war, right? And people will get killed once, defending mages and say, oh, this is impossible. But the main way to win in this game is to just wear your enemy out. You just keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, and some people would feel like it takes very long. I mean, I've noticed putting heavy pressure on people. Like if you're putting 24-hour pressure on someone, most people break in like 3 days. Like most people can't handle it for more than 24 hours.
yeah,
But
Yeah, it was like 48 hours, I would say, of MG trying to do the BA method, reading every single mage all day, and I was in every T7 map on an alt, and we had people at red portal, so we were one portal away from every Mercia map, and we didn't stop defending for the first 48 hours.
I actually just put a fight on between Ironborn and June. People are requesting to see some of the.
For anybody who
judges.
doesn't know this as well, Goof and I met up in Vegas and had sex with prostitutes and high-fived each other.
Wow.
No comment.
too much information, but thank you.
No, actually, that's something I wanted to kind of bring up. What are you guys' thoughts on?
Prostitutes?
Yeah, well, besides the prostitutes and cocaine, the one thing we've seen in like games like Eve and other games is where like real life meets happen and that type of stuff. What are your guys' thoughts on? I mean, you guys both have decent sized alliances. I mean, both of you guys have had alliances over 7,000-8,000 people. You know what?
I got a private group called the Florida Boys, and it's a ton of guys in Florida. We meet up and hang out IRL, and you
Prostitutes and cocaine?
Maybe.
But
I've
no,
met people from other games. I wouldn't be opposed to meeting some Albion, like my friends in Albion, but the people in this game are a little bit,
Weird, dude. Weird as fuck.
yeah, I don't know about that.
Guilty as charged, but at least I don't dox somebody's fucking mother.
Yeah, weird sounds like, you know, they pick their toes or something. I mean, weird like they're gonna look your mom up on Facebook.
Yeah, stalker obsessive is what I meant. Like killer type psychopath.
Like weird ex-girlfriend levels.
Well,
Goof,
actually,
I had all that shit happen to me too, dude. And
without getting into the names behind it, because we don't want to get into that, but like both of you guys have faced that aspect of things, being doxxed personally, or having family doxxed, or having your real estate license fucked with.
Put
What-
the video on full screen, Voltel, by the way.
I'm having technical difficulties. Anyways, what are your guys' thoughts about that type of shit? Whoever wants to go first, Goof or Torther.
No, it's just
think-
not. You shouldn't do stuff like that. It's a relatively not. We all enjoy Albion. It's not an affront. Not trying to attack anybody personally, but the game is not that important in the grand scheme of things. It's definitely not worth doing something like that to someone in real life. Sometimes people cross the line in more benign ways, I'd say, like making a fat joke or something like that. That is still not nice. I've been guilty of it before. It's not the same as looking someone's mom up on Facebook. There's a very clear line you're crossing in a situation like that.
Yeah, if you're fucking
And you
with
should
somebody's
know
real
that.
life,
You should know that. Yeah, you should know that Albion is not worth that, for sure. I don't know. There's not even money in the game. I don't even think you
Oh,
should do
for
that to
some
someone for
people, it
money, but there's not
certainly is.
even.
I'm pretty sure for some people there's money in the game, but every time I mention that, I get banned off Reddit.
Lol.
But I mean,
I mean-
I mean, do you think that's something as a community we
I
need to
think-
be
I-
harsher on and fucking
Yes.
start
Oh yeah, for sure.
purging
You should
the fuck out?
ostracize the people who do that. I wouldn't associate with people that do that. And I've made like, I'm with the gray guys now, and when we talk about like stuff they did that's not even close to that bad in the past, I'm like, you guys should not do stuff like that. It's not that I'm any different. I don't know. People
think
continue to associate. You have Dirtin on your show. He DDoSes people. Like you're a hypocrite, actually. But that's irrelevant. I'm not trying to personally attack you, but yes, we should condemn people who do stuff like that.
To be honest with you, but real talk, I've got logs of everybody in this fucking channel doing something fucked up. I don't really pay them attention, to be honest with you.
You absolutely don't have logs of me doing anything on the level of DDoSing someone or looking up someone's mother on Facebook. Don't imply
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Don't imply that. You don't have anything like that.
You don't have anything like. You don't have me doing anything like that. Be,
Yeah.
be a
Listen,
reasonable
never do
person.
anything.
Listen, I get fake logs 24/7 of all you people, everybody in this fucking game.
Oh, yeah.
I've got shows in fucking supposedly doxing somebody and DDoSing somebody. Doesn't mean he fucking did
Sure.
it. I stay the fuck
Sure,
out
there's
of it.
there's
I
a
stay the
difference
fuck
between
out of
people with the. Yeah, sure. There's a difference between someone admitting they DDoS people and then.
When people in the past to try
I think Jordan has
to
said it out loud on your show though that he does that. By the way.
I was pretty sure he was joking.
So I think that's a little different than fake Discord logs. Obviously, anyone can make fake Discord logs.
when
But yes, to answer your question, I think we should not allow our friends to do stuff like that, or, ostracize people who behave that way.
Now the other question is, in the case where something is actually proved, do you think SBI should take a fucking firmer stance on that type of shit?
it's so difficult to prove. It's so difficult.
Well, and that's why I don't touch
myself-
it. That's why I don't fucking touch it. Like, I stay the fuck out of it.
Here's how I have combated it. First of all, I am the most tenacious motherfucker who will never back down. I have never backed down in my life. There is nothing anyone could ever do docs-wise to make me back down. I have never ran from a fight, nor would I ever. When motherfuckers, and these are the weakest of people, right? Come to me and they're like, "Hey Tor, here's so and so's real name or their phone number." blah,
All
blah, blah."
the videos.
I
of-
fucking take a screenshot of that shit, even if it's my worst enemy. I give it to him and I'm like, "Hey, this asshole's taking this shit too serious, and they're trying to touch IRL. I just want, and I do not accept it. I would It is literally, when you do shit like that, it's like saying I actually suck at games, right? Because like if you were good, you wouldn't have to do stuff like that, right? Because you would just win with your skill, right? And I think that some of the people that really hate me, that fuck with me hard, that really hate Goof, that fuck with him hard, just like my original advice, maybe if they spent a little bit less time doxing us and a little bit more time learning how to play, they just wouldn't need to do it. They wouldn't need to do it.
Yeah,
I think there's
I-
a component of this game though that's social. There's, you have the charisma to lead, or, whatever it may be, that it makes people feel personally offended that you're outperforming them or you're doing a better job than them. Because this game's not just about hitting your buttons, right? It's about navigating social circumstances and being a leader,
so.
right? Like sometimes you think you're a good leader and you're not a good leader. It feels bad. That's not a good feeling to have. And so you could feel like someone being better than you, they're making you personally feel bad. Not to get too serious, but I think it's more than just, oh, this guy's better than hitting his buttons at me. Let me dox him. It's more like,
too much personal investment.
yeah, it's there's personal investment and emotional investment, and I think that's what makes
Yeah,
people do stuff like. But yeah, don't if people doxing people, that's not nice. Just tell your friends not to do stuff like that.
Well, I mean, like, for example, I mean, Albion News was deleted using real life stuff. My Discord was hacked, etc.
So was my Discord.
So I get it. I try to stay out of it. Like the last 2 weeks, there's been this Reddit, no devs and guilds, and I've gotten probably a couple hundred messages from random Discord accounts and shit with logs of this person doing that, or supposedly this person doxing another person, or an SBI dev involved in RMT, and I mean, it gets to a ridiculous point. That's why
No,
I kind of try to stay the fuck out.
I
of it.
actually, Voltel, through some of the companies I work for, they require large amounts of land, some of these tech companies, and I hired somebody to look into who did the doxing to me. And here's the thing, I am very wealthy IRL. When I figure out who did it, I am going to come down on them like they have never fucking seen. Just so and I'm not talking illegally, right? Like I'm talking my lawyers are gonna hammer them again and again and again and again. Because what these doxers didn't really realize, I can sue them frivolously over and over and over. And
Well, if it's doxing, it's
as
not. If you're if you're doxing somebody, it's not actually frivolous. It's fucking illegal.
well, yeah, okay, so I shouldn't use the word frivolous, but I want to be super clear, bro. I've hired actual professionals, cybersecurity, to figure out who's actually doing it. And the second I do, I cannot wait, baby. It is gonna be fun. It's gonna be one of my better days, dude. I'm gonna be one of my better days. But I am going to get them to the likes that they have never been gotten. They want to fuck with IRL, that's fine. But here's the thing. Guys, here's what I'm picturing. I keep suing them. They can't go to work because they got to go to court. They lose their job. I keep suing. There's a lot of ways for wealthy people to financially screw very poor people, or what I consider poor at least. And I am going to use all of those tactics.
Well,
Every
I
one
think
of
I
them.
think something
Mark
else.
my words, baby.
I think something else though is I think SBI actually does need to eventually take a stance on this. I mean, there has been proven cases of like live doxing or things that are very verifiable that have happened in the community and they haven't taken any action against them. So I think eventually they'll have to start fucking doing that.
Yeah. Well, I will keep you guys updated as to the status of my cybersecurity and lawyers. And I'm actually gonna.
still on this. I was gone
Yeah.
for a second.
No, I'm
Let's-
done with my rant. I'm done with my rant. But just know, whoever is doing it to me, I'm coming for you, dog. I am fucking coming.
So, Torther, what do you think's going to happen in season 8? Do you guys, George, Torther, do you guys think SBI is going to get this shit sorted in season 8? I mean,
What shit? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, we have a serious lack of content, right? Like, it's.
Well, it's kind of great. This is
there
the
a
only
serious
game.
lack of content? Can you tell me what you mean by that? I hear this a lot, but
Yeah.
I'm not that experienced with the game. What's the lack?
What I mean by that is you have two guilds, right, or two groups right now that control half, 3/4 of the map, right? And the only real content is, well, up to this point was joining Oops or joining Daddy and fighting against each other, really. I mean, besides
Well, my statement to that would
why
be-
can't what? Sorry, let me.
Sorry, let me clarify.
Why
Let me
can't
clarify.
someone just launch on us? What's causing the lack of content?
Let me
Like,
clarify.
We have borders with a lot of guilds.
Let me
Why
clarify.
can't they launch?
Let me clarify.
Sure.
That's the perception. Okay. And the perception is leading to nobody fucking launching, nobody doing shit, etc. So.
As far as ZBZ goes, I think I'm in agreement. There's a problem when one side has overwhelming numbers. GVG, anyone can play us anytime in Crystal, or they could launch. We have borders with a lot of guilds. They could launch on us. The reason they don't is because they won't win.
which
If you're
blows my
denying yourself
mind.
content because you won't win, then what are you like? I don't understand the purpose of that. That's not an issue with the game design. That's an issue with the level
That's
of
an issue with
competition in the game being poor.
And that's
There's a difference between not winning and not having a chance to win. Like if you lose a roughly equal fight, I mean that's fair. But if you just like get let me use a bit blunt language here, just get skull fucked straight into the ground.
Yeah, then you pick
that's not
yourself
fun.
back up and you fucking bang on the next day, dude. You pick yourself up and you launch again, and then you launch on day 3 and keep fucking launching. One of the days, maybe they no show or get sick, maybe they get tired. But like I've actually noticed, like, so this game blows my fucking mind because I have never actually played a game where people will stand in town and do nothing all day long unless I specifically tell them to do stuff and then physically take them out myself. I don't understand it. Like, right? Like, but I would imagine it's probably due to gear loss and losing. Well, you got all these betas in this game that are like afraid to lose once, and so they just don't try. It's probably for the same reason why they work at fucking McDonald's IRL. You know what I mean? They were, they were afraid to go apply to that better job, right? So, I mean, I do not think that there is any lack of content, and there, like Goop said.
Well, I
launch on
mean,
'em.
like give you an example. You had official spokesperson from SBI saying that all this shit that's been going on the last couple of weeks on Reddit and all this other stuff is due to a lack of content. Like that came out of Chosen and Vogel's mouth, right?
I mean, so all these people who say there's a lack of content. What about making their own guild? What about making their own GVG team? The same lack of content complainers are the same beta ass foot soldiers that are just never going to make anything. So there is so much content available in this game. Just people either are afraid to lose, don't want to lose, and so they don't do it. But for most of the time when I hear that there's no content, I just think, I'm like, okay, so why don't you make a guild and alliance and come after me?
Oh, to be clear, guys, I don't
after
fucking
me.
agree. I don't fucking agree. I mean, like, I ping for the newbies, and I get 20 to 40 dudes, and we're out, killing people in 10 minutes.
I mean, I started jokingly calling myself the DM, right, Dungeon Master, because I basically give people quests in Ego now. Like that's I don't know. That's how
So
we
you're
go, like,
turning into an NPC, is that what you're saying?
I'm basically turning into an NPC that hands out quests, right? People are like, oh, there's a lack of content, and I'm like, well, luckily you're talking to the quest giver himself, baby. I need you to go kill 9 mages. I need you, but I don't know. There's a lot of people that want to be led in this game, so you just gotta lead them and give them the content. Just tell them what to do, because there's so much of it around. Like, I mean, if I sat around and cried about content, so when I started Ego, my first 50 GVGs were getting dick stomped by Cargera. Including, and I still to this day, so everybody knows I have 7 GVG characters, some max to 400, all these 100 out of 100. I learned that from Cargera, because one day I launched on him 7 times, and that motherfucker showed up on 7 different characters, right? And so did I say to myself, oh man, there's no content because this is too hard? No, I fucking went on, I launched the next day. I tried. So I literally, my first 50 something GVGs getting dick stomped by Cargera. And that never stopped me. And I never once thought to myself, I ain't gonna do this because it's too hard. I thought, I'm gonna figure out a better, more effective way to try this next time. So
The other thing though is you do have some people responsible for trying to stop competition. When we were just starting the guild, almost every GVG we showed, Derek showed up for some reason. I don't know if he's obsessed with the gray guys or what the personal relationship is there, but this guy was like showing to. We were trying to get our first town plot, and he was just at every GV. He just showed up everywhere, dude. Torthur's GVGing 5 in the morning against me. He's with Torthur. Like, what is he doing? It's so weird. He's just following us around.
actually, no. Do you want to know? Do you want to know? I'll
This
tell
is
you.
just one example of it, sure, but
That too, in case you're wondering, the truth behind it is, I had a guy no show, and I just was friends with him for a while, and I asked him, and he did me a favor. But
you can explain that one away, sure. But he was showing I attacked some guild in Latin name guild. It's like Dior or some shit, dude. Derek's there. I'm in Cumbria. Derek's there. We go for a McDonald's town plot. Derek comes for the farm, right? Like, that's
really?
There's definitely anti-competitive behavior in the game, and I think it's because people
diplomacy.
are. What'd you say?
I said it comes down to diplomacy. These people have relationships and favors, and this person knows that person. I think it comes that part that you're talking about comes down to diplomacy.
No, I think Derek's obsessed with the gray guys or something like that.
Possibly, I don't know.
In our case, a lot of people seem obsessed with them. I think it's because they always come back and they just win Albion over and over again. So they get like
I've
people
heard
get
tons
salty.
of shit about Gray, and Gray
Yeah,
did this, and Gray did
everyone's
that.
just
Even I
obsessed
know
with-
Gray, and I had no idea of anybody until like 3-4 months ago, I knew nothing about different factions, and
I-
even I had heard about Grey.
I picked bad allies though, because everyone hates those guys. You know, they're obsessed with them. But anyway. What I was saying was, we
You still won though.
we kept fighting Cargera over and over again. Derek showing up to our GVGs, and I was like, this is dumb for him to give us so much practice in Anglia, because we're gonna practice against them here where we can afford it, and then we're gonna win.
I
And
mean,
then
that's what Cargera did with me with their whole rent alliance, you know?
yeah,
'Cause,
that
I
happened.
mean,
We
there's
just
parts of
played
money
over
to
and
them.
over again, and then we caught up, and then we beat them 13 times in a row, and then we won the season. So Derek got the McDonald's town plot that he pushed us on. Well, we ended up with it anyway eventually, but Derek got the McDonald's town plot we pushed him on, but we won the season. So GG.
There's a couple people that
Thanks for
have booked
having
me
me on the show.
privately that have asked about when
I'm
you
gonna go now.
when you guys started out. And
Goodbye,
when.
my friend.
Oh, okay.
Later, Goof.
I guess he had to go.
Well, rip.
What was the question, anyways? Now, I mean,
Oh, I was
don't
just gonna
fucking-
ask. I was
don't
just
be
gonna
hanging.
ask about him starting out and when with all of that before he started Daddy. How that happened.
Ah, fuck that. I would have loved to hear the answer to that one.
Yeah.
That's
oh, well.
that would have been a good one. That would have been a good one.
Nah, we'll have him on next week. Or someday.
Or we'll
Maybe
have
we'll
I
ask
guess-
that.
Well,
real
if I
player. I'll talk to you offline, and then we'll see about having you on next week. All right, Ben.
We're
I
gonna
guess if-
prepare the next show properly and shit.
If I could give the Albion Online community like one message and like just take this to heart and shit, even apply it to IRL, man. And I cannot stress this enough. Keep trying, never stop, don't ever back down, don't listen to the haters. Everyone on the come up is gonna tell you you're not good enough, you'll never be successful. Don't listen to them. You probably find a few people that encourage you, it's your real family. But just don't back down. Keep trying. And all that time other people spend whining about situations, life, game, etc. Just take all that time and work on bettering yourself. You know what I mean? Don't spend 6 hours doxing someone's mom. Spend 6 hours taking a Zerg out and shot calling. Right? I think results speak for
I
themselves.
gotta go. Sorry.
Roger
My
that.
IRL catching up.
I think we're about
I
done,
just-
anyways.
But yeah, I don't know. I want to let you know to just keep trying, man. Believe in yourself and just believe in yourself and keep going, dude. Never back down.
So what is Ego gonna do in season 8? Like, what's the plan? I mean, without giving OPSEC away, like, what's the path moving forward with Ego for the next few months?
I mean, well, everybody that's left in Ego, right, or was left from Syndic's failure cascade, are the loyal people. Even though you got POE or whatever they're called now, trying to turn us all against each other with fake screenshots saying we're not loyal. So everyone who's left is loyal. I will give anyone besides pedophiles or doxers a second chance. If so, we let anybody come. But for me, I am gonna do the same thing that I've always done. We're gonna be an independent organization. We're not joining any superpower. We're gonna keep gaming our way. If you don't like it, fuck you. I don't care. And we're gonna be black. Obviously, I'm going as deep into that, whatever the queen is called. Yeah, I'm gonna go deep into the queen. But I mean, nothing's really changing with me. Like everybody's acting like the whole game is gonna change. But the thing is, like Gluttony, for instance. He keeps saying he's gonna come to me with this whole war, and they're gonna get me with the CVC. But you wanna know why it doesn't make sense? If he can't even train 5 people, how's he gonna train 20 to 25 to work together, right? Like so.
So are you saying there's potentially a war on the horizon?
Oh yeah, I mean, well, it's going to be pretty one-sided, because what most people don't realize is it doesn't fucking matter what the game's rules are. The people who are very skilled gamers, who are very intelligent, are always going to come out on top. It don't matter what the rules are; they just are better at games and smarter. So, the notion of changing the rules slightly is going to suddenly, cause these high-end meta players to go full retard it's ridiculous. Nothing's going to change, and it's going to be the same 5 or 10 trolling everything because they control it through logistics. Through nothing will change in season. I mean, a little bit going to change, but it's just for instance, when they released free to play.
Like Vandalhurt just said, the map will change, the people will not.
Yeah. Oh, for instance, when free to play came out, right? You had all the old school guilds, right? That were like, listen, we only take super skilled players with this amount of fame. I saw what was happening, right? And all I did was mass recruit, right? And then once I hit that critical mass number, then you got, I call them the bandwagoners, the people that have never achieved anything in Albion, those shitter guilds that just bounce from whatever superpower is the next superpower. Then they all came, but so that's an example of the game changing. Free to play comes, a mass influx of players. I was one of the only people to just spam recruit and fill, 6 guilds up, and then take all those shitters to where I had a Zerg of 800 people. And so, whenever the game changes, just like I did that for free to play, and just like I had so many people, do you remember the time where I said, and there's a video of this on the forums where I was like, I have so many numbers, even Blue Army cannot beat me right now. And then Mojo sent, he tried to send his best guys the next day. And what happened was I stood there like the motherfucking Night King, and I threw wave after wave after wave of Brazilian at them in flat 4 gear until they ran out of mana. And then when they ran out of mana, that's when we overwhelmed, right? So just like I saw a game change coming, and that change didn't hurt or scare me, I used that change much like I do IRL everywhere. I see change and I use it to catapult myself to success. So the retarded notion that just because the rules slightly change, that it's going to have an effect, it won't. The reason why the people that are in power is because we're better than you. And a rule change ain't going to change that.
Fair enough. All right, we're about to wrap up. Is there anything you want to say before we kill the stream?
Guys, it's a game. Don't take it as serious as you do. And have fun. Make some content for your boys. I hope all the other alliance leaders take a note out of Torthor's book, and we give out free re-gears for ZVZs. I pay for all the GVG gear. So I don't just do something today to make life better for other people in Albion. Don't do something to make life worse for them. But I wish everybody the best of luck in the next season. And for those of you who think you're coming for me, I'm going to be coming in you unconsensually. See you then, baby.
Cheers.